Hello everyone, and welcome to another WARNO patch video, because we already got the new one. It's only Tuesday, we just got Murat last week, but we now got the Air-rework. And it's quite substantial for a small patch. First of all the plane prices have been reworked. No longer 50-point alpha jets, they now start at 85 points. Well, the most expensive planes going up to 300 now, with the Eagles. So as you can see, all these plane prices have been changed. Some more substantially than others. And we got some new units as well. So this absolutely beautiful bird has been added. And you know me, I'm a fan of good planes, and this one is for sure one. Slightly cheaper, but only slightly so, than the F-15. And that has reasons, because this thing has 10 missiles. So it can clean out the sky quite well, including 4 R-27Rs, which are really amazing. Great range, great accuracy. So, and it has normal agility, mediocre speed, like the mid speed for the fighters. So it's not as super fast as, for example, the MiG-31, which now is at 270 points, for example. But overall, this should reduce air spam by a lot. Fighters didn't got quite as heavily nerfed in prices as attack planes, so you should be able to use fighters more efficient against other planes now as well. But AA also has been nerfed somewhat. Not all AAs. OSAs, for example, are still the same. Tunguska finally got a price change, though I would still argue it could go lower. But the AAs that got nerfed were the overperforming ones in performance, and those are the Spugs. As you can see, they have lower rate of fire, so significant amount of lower damage now. The Gepard and the Piusa, and also the Shilka, obviously. Pivot, I think, is unchanged. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is unchanged. So Pivot is still okay. Pivot also still cheap, but not an amazing one at the beginning, so Pivot is still the Pivot. Doesn't do too much. Yeah, all the other AA still unchanged. Roland 1 still doesn't have radar, still fires well, so AA should be a bit more capable, the missile AA, but the Spug AA is a bit worse now, which is good. Also for helicopters, because helicopters can now survive them a bit longer, which is really, really helpful in my eyes. And then, next to these changes, which is the most substantial part of this, we also got some new tanks, which will help us out the Soviets. We don't have the tank price reworks yet, so I would say overall Soviet tanks are still not amazing. And the T-62s are decent, as they're affordable now, and the M1 comes for both divisions, the 79 and the 39th, whilst the others only come in the 39th. The T-62M and the T-62MV. Here the difference is that the MV has 2 more frontal armor and 3 more side armor, but also costs you 15 points more for it, so though the optics also move up to normal. So you got a couple of slight improvements for 15 points. I don't know if these tanks are really worth 90 points compared to the current Leopard price though, as if we compare them to the Leopard 1A5, which is 5 points cheaper. They have 3 more frontal armor, but they're slower, they have less accuracy, and they have slightly less range. So the penetration of the Leopard is exactly the same on the max range of the T-62. Yeah, both have 16 penetration at 2120 meters. So this one is not relevant there. But Leopards still I would say outperform the T-62 from my experience so far. So I hope either Leopards get nerfed slightly, up to 90 or 95 points, or T-62s go down to 80 points. I would be for nerfing, but we will see what will happen. As they already mentioned, MBTs will be the next thing touched. And I hope they touch ATGM vehicles at the same point as well, because they have not been changed. A couple of other changes have been come with this though. First of all, the helicopter AA version of the Soviets has been made cheaper. The Mi-24 VAA. So this is another buff to the Soviets. So Soviets overall should be a bit more capable now, with some cheap tanks and so on. And the other thing that has changed is that the G3 now has slightly less accuracy. No, slightly less rate of fire. So the East German infantry spam should be a bit worse off now as well, as they have been reduced in rate of fire with the G3. So, hope you enjoyed this quick overview over the patch, and hope you enjoy the patch, because it should be good. Obviously, airplane prices now have to be adjusted on their level, like some will be better than others, and I hope they touch some of the AA pieces as well over time, but in general, I like it that Air is less of a super free spam and more of a bit of an investment. You still have quite a lot of them, and if you can afford them, they should still be good, as an attack run with a plane is still really powerful from my experience, but it should be better. Also, one thing that I nearly missed, nearly forgot, was HE bombs now deal a bit less damage to tanks, so clusters still really deadly against tanks, HE bombs not as much. They still will do damage, but you won't be deleted as much with your heavy tanks, so heavy tanks overall should also have a bit more of a space now in this patch. That's it, I hope to see you in the next one, and have fun with WARNO. Bye bye.